Iron Maiden, The Hidden Horror Within, explores a chilling intersection between cultural legacy and an unsettling reality. The term Iron Maiden typically refers to the iconic heavy metal band known for its complex music and elaborate stage presence. However, beneath this vibrant exterior lies a metaphorical dimension that invites us to consider darker themes of human experience and historical artifacts. The significance of this topic lies in the dual identity of the band name itself, also referencing a medieval torture device designed to inflict pain and instill fear. This juxtaposition highlights the band's ability to evoke deep emotions and provoke thought, making them a cultural phenomenon worth exploring. In real-world contexts, the dual nature of the term is evident in Iron Maiden's music and thematic explorations. Their 1982 album, The Number of the Beast, delves into themes of horror, examining the darker sides of human nature, society, and history. The title track's exploration of fear, power, and religious imagery mirrors the frightening yet intriguing symbolism of the torture device. Additionally, the song Hallowed Be Thy Name explores existential dread and mortality, drawing listeners into a world of introspection and uncertainty, much like the eerie allure of the Iron Maiden artifact itself. Critics and fans alike have praised Iron Maiden for their sophisticated storytelling and ability to weave historical and fictional narratives into their songs. Their work is lauded for encouraging listeners to confront uncomfortable truths and expand their intellectual horizons. However, this approach is not without controversy. Some commentators argue that the band's intense themes could be misconstrued as glorifying violence or morbidity, although proponents suggest they merely challenge listeners to critically engage with unsettling subject matter. The connection between the band and the historical device goes beyond mere nomenclature. It influences the broader discourse on how art draws from and transforms the past. By adopting a name with such grim associations, Iron Maiden invites us to explore the complexities of attraction and repulsion, much as they delve into these themes through their music. This exploration of the hidden horror provokes broader considerations in art, culture, and history, urging us to reflect on how humanity processes its darker impulses. Thus, Iron Maiden not only entertains, but also serves as a catalyst for deeper inquiry into the human psyche, bridging past and present. The concept of historical origins and evolution, in the context of Iron Maiden, The Hidden Horror Within, refers to the controversial inception and transformation of the Iron Maiden, a supposed medieval torture device. Often depicted as a large, spiked sarcophagus designed to encase and impale its victims, the Iron Maiden has become an emblem of the dark brutality associated with historical torture methods. However, the actual origins of the Iron Maiden are murky, surrounded by myths and possibly fabricated histories from the 18th and 19th centuries, rather than being rooted in the medieval period. This concept's significance is profound, serving as a gateway to explore how myths and sensationalism can eclipse historical facts, thereby altering our understanding of past human behaviors. One real-world example illustrating this point is the Nuremberg Iron Maiden, a famous exhibit claimed to have been used in the late medieval period. However, many historians argue it was a construction of later centuries, possibly fabricated to instill fear and create a narrative of past brutality that never truly existed. Similarly, the myth of the Schandmantel, a German torture device allegedly resembling the Iron Maiden, showcases how folklore and later artistic embellishments contribute to exaggerated conceptions of medieval cruelty. Scholars like Jeffrey Abbott have supported the idea that the Iron Maiden is more of a fictional artifact, born from the fertile imaginations of historians and writers who sought dramatic and horrendous images of the past. There's a view that such fabrications have been crucial in creating a compelling, albeit inaccurate, sense of horror and barbarism associated with the medieval era. Despite its intriguing nature, the concept faces challenges. Many historians now argue that the Iron Maiden was never used in the manner often described, suggesting it was a concoction of sensationalist storytelling rather than a legitimate instrument of torture. This raises controversies regarding historical accuracy and the ethics of perpetuating myths in public education and museums. This point connects deeply with the main topic by demonstrating how easily fiction can overshadow fact. creating misconceptions that prevail over time. It influences our understanding of human history, showcasing the tension between documented facts and perpetuated myths, which affects how society perceives past violence and punishment. Ultimately, unraveling the true story behind the Iron Maiden invites audiences to question historical narratives and appreciate the importance of critical examination of sources, thus rendering the hidden horror within not as a mere acceptance of history, but as an exploration of its construction. The design and mechanism of Iron Maiden devices are central to understanding the theme of Iron Maiden, the hidden horror within. The Iron Maiden, historically presented as a gruesome torture device, is often depicted as a tall, coffin-like chamber with a hinged front and interior spikes designed to impale. Despite its infamous reputation, the existence of Iron Maidens as medieval torture devices is widely debated among historians, posing intriguing questions about historical accuracy versus myth. The significance of this point is profound. The design of such a device embodies the chilling creativity attributed to historical punishments, meant to terrify and control. It raises questions about the extremes of human ingenuity when used for inhumane purposes. This design serves as a symbol of the purported cruelty of past societies, real or imagined, and provides a stark contrast to contemporary values on human rights and dignity. Historically, an Iron Maiden that was believed to have existed in Nuremberg, Germany, serves as a prime example. However, modern historians argue this was a later fabrication. Another instance is the supposed Iron Maiden of Cathar heretics during the Inquisition, yet evidence suggests these accounts were exaggerated or entirely fictional. Such examples highlight the mythic status of the Iron Maiden, reflecting society's fascination with instruments of torture and its implications on historical narratives. The allure of the Iron Maiden lies in the sinister appeal of its design, an embodiment of horror that captivates modern discussions on the evolution of punishment and justice. However, challenges abound regarding its authenticity. Historians like R.J. Evans assert that Iron Maidens are anachronisms, 19th-century fabrications rather than medieval realities, challenging popular belief and prompting re-evaluation of historical sources. This discourse connects to broader aspects of Iron Maiden, the hidden horror within, by illustrating the intersection between historical mythology and reality. It encourages reflection on how narratives are shaped by societal values and the potential for sensationalized history to obscure truth. The notion of the Iron Maiden influences our understanding of historical ingenuity, reinforcing the idea that the darkest inventions are often born from society's collective fears. By investigating this concept, we not only explore the physicality of purported medieval monstrosities, but also delve into the psychological underpinnings, making the Iron Maiden a poignant metaphor for exploring deeper human fears and the consequences of allowing myth to become truth. The concept of the cultural and psychological impact of the Iron Maiden involves exploring how this medieval torture device has permeated societal consciousness and its lingering effects on modern thought and art. The Iron Maiden, often depicted as a macabre instrument of punishment, has come to symbolize the epitome of cruelty and sadism in various cultural contexts. Its significance lies in its ability to evoke visceral reactions and provoke discussions about human nature's darker aspects. Representing more than just a historical artifact, it serves as a potent metaphor for exploring themes of suffering, authoritarianism, and the human psyche's capacity for constructing elaborate symbols of fear and control. Two notable examples highlight this impact. In literature, Edgar Allan Poe's works often tap into the terror exemplified by the Iron Maiden, using psychological horror to delve into themes of guilt and the subconscious. His stories exemplify how the Iron Maiden's symbolism transcends time, eliciting fear and reflection long after its supposed use ended. In visual arts, iconic depictions of the Iron Maiden in paintings and films serve as stark reminders of humanity's brutal history, often set against narratives exploring dystopian realities or oppressive regimes. These instances demonstrate how the Iron Maiden continues to captivate and haunt the collective imagination. Support for this viewpoint is found among scholars who argue that tools like the Iron Maiden tap into inherent human fears, illustrating the grim underpinnings of societal and institutional power dynamics. However, controversy exists. Some historians contend that the Iron Maiden, as popularly imagined, may never have been used in medieval times, potentially fabricated as a myth or exaggerated in later centuries. This raises questions about the authenticity of its impact and whether its cultural penetration is based more on myth than reality. Despite such debates, the Iron Maiden's enduring presence influences other aspects of the discussion on torture and human rights abuses. It bridges historical curiosities with contemporary concerns about the ethical boundaries of punishment and the psychological scars it leaves. Thus, the Iron Maiden serves not only as a historical touchstone, but also as a lens through which we examine the dual nature of innovation and cruelty in human history. By understanding its cultural and psychological impact, we gain insight into the enduring power of symbols and how they shape our understanding of morality and evil.